get rid of the feelings of guilt, unworthy, and feeling of shame. Hello guys, this is Yundal. Thank you so much for dropping here in my channel today. And today's share is about getting rid of that feeling of guilt. Guys, have you ever heard the word shame on you? Somebody tell you that. Shame on you. Shame on you. It's not a good feeling, right? And we feel ashamed. We don't like that feeling, and we don't feel comfortable. Guys, really, to get rid of that feelings, we have to know ourselves, what we have done, why we feel ashamed. Many times I heard people, no, I'm not going there because I'm ashamed. No, I cannot do that because I am ashamed. Ashamed for no reason? It's not really a good thing, guys. If you feel ashamed with no reason at all. Yes, if we maybe did wrong. For example, when we were kids, our parents, our relatives scolded us and say, oh, shame on you. It's not really a good feelings, guys. And as we grow up, we feel little. It's very difficult to build up the self-confidence when you were growing up. Somebody scolding you. Shame on you. You're supposed not to do it and that and this and that. So many things. Complaining from one thing to another. But guys, in these feelings, sometimes it's very difficult to get rid of it when we were thinking before where we came from. Why this is happening? Why you are feeling ashamed? Many times, guys, I say to my friends, Filipino friends, why you are ashamed? Why you are feeling ashamed? Have you did wrong or something? No, nothing. Feeling ashamed for nothing, guys, is really a nonsense. You must know yourself that you are doing good, you are not doing something wrong or something to be ashamed of. Today's nothing to be ashamed of, really. But because the way we grew up, the way our parents, our relatives treated us, we feel small. We feel having that low self-esteem because somebody scolded us. Shame on you! You're not good enough. You're doing this and that. You are not excellent. You are not intelligent. And something those, not good. Guys, to get rid of this feeling, for me, it takes many years, guys, working with myself, getting rid of these feelings. And my Norwegian friend told me, there's nothing to be ashamed. Why you are not going there? Why you are not coming with us? And I said, no, I'm ashamed. I don't like to go there and something like that. And when I go there, I feel good with myself. See, there is different of that. And some things, guys, that was because where we came from. Our culture in the Philippines, that we feel little, we feel so small in some circumstances because of the way our relatives brought up. And the way we grow up, it's very difficult to conquer that sometimes because that is, we learned that from we were a child. Shame on you, don't do this and that, and they're always looking for the negative things. We are not praised as a children. We're here in Norway, guys, as my children goes old. Everybody is appreciated. Oh, you are good, son. Oh, very good, and appreciated the thing the child did. So guys, to get rid away of these feelings, For me, guys, to be honest, I really take it to the Lord in prayer because I want to conquer that feelings. Because why? I feel ashamed that there's nothing to be ashamed of. Why I am not going to this certain place just because I am ashamed and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Meditation, concentrating in yourself, knowing yourself, feeling your inner feelings, respecting the will and wants in your life. It really helps you guys to get rid of these bad feelings. Feeling guilty, feeling unworthy, feeling shame of you. Shame on me, like that. So guys, I am sharing this with you also because I was reading in the scripture today, and really, it is another way of telling it how to get rid of these feelings. And I am sharing this with you guys, what I have read in the scripture. It says in Isaiah 54:4 in New International Version of the scripture, guys, it says, "Do not be afraid, you will not be put to shame. Do not fear or disgrace. You will not be humiliated. You will forget the shame of your youth and remember no more the reproach." Shame of you. Guys, shame is one of the enemy's favorite tools, starting in our childhoods. He will remind you of every mistakes and every failure you've ever made, saying shame on you, even about things that weren't your fault. As adults, shame on you plays over and over again in our thoughts. If we fell back into a bad habit, we told ourselves, shame on you. We grow up with that. We hear that from we were kids because that was just in our culture. If you went through a certain bad circumstances, the message is shame on you. Shame causes us to feel guilty and unworthy, as though we don't deserve to be blessed. But today's scripture, guys, speaks of how God has removed our shame. Whatever it was, your fault or somebody else's fault, you don't have to worry the heavy load of guilt. Why you are not going to worry? Because God carry our burden. When the enemy says shame on you, God says shame of you. I've forgiven you. I've redeemed you. I made you valuable. Your worth comes from your Creator. Remember, guys, that God removed our shame and you have defeated the enemy who accuses you. We must thank God that we are forgiven of the past mistakes and release us from the guilt. We must declare that shame of me or whatsoever tries to make us feel unworthy, we have just to get rid of it, set aside it, and think that God says in Isaiah 54:4, "Do not be afraid, you will not be put to shame. Do not fear disgrace, you will not be humiliated. You will forget the shame of your youth and remember no more the reproach." As simple as that, when we believe in God, just keep telling to yourself, I am blessed, I am forgiven, I am redeemed. God made me valuable because I am created by the image of God. So guys, for me guys, to get rid of those feelings of shame, guilt, and unworthy, For me, as I read the scripture, I must comfort myself, guys, that God created me amazingly great. God blesses me. God forgiven me. God made me a redeemed person. When you can declare that, when you can acknowledge that to yourself, that you are the most precious creation of God, you can work out with yourself to get rid of that shame, to get rid of that guilt, to get rid of that unworthy feelings. We must just remind ourselves, guys, that whatsoever happening to us, when we trust God, when we put God first in our life, we will not be disgraced. We will not be humiliated. So work on yourself, believing that you are God's precious creation. You belong to God. You trust in Him. You come unto Him into prayer. So you are forgiven. You are redeemed. And you are blessed. This is just really a reminder, guys, because many of us feeling ashamed for nothing. As my friend said, no, I am ashamed. I don't like to go there. Really? Are you ashamed even you are not doing something? Just think, guys, that you have to work on with yourself, that you have nothing to be ashamed of. Instead, you must be grateful for yourself that you are forgiven. You are blessed. You are well able, and you can do the things you want to do in your life. When you can just believe in yourself that you have not done wrong. So take away the shame, take away the guilt, and feel that you are a worthy person. Feel that you are a valuable person. This is Yundel. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining me here in my channel. I am very grateful, guys, to each and every one of you supporting me here in my life journey. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all, and bye-bye.